Hi all, welcome back to the English lessons. Today we are going to take a look at the grammar concept of the first chapter, the tunnel. In the grammar concept, we have got kinds of sentences. I'm sure that you have studied them in the previous classes. And in this class, what we are going to learn more, we are trying to identify them, and we will also learn how to change one sentence into the other. Let's move on. Let's start with the types of sentences. There are four types of sentences: declarative, imperative, exclamatory, and interrogative. So these are the four types of sentences. Let's look at them in detail. The first type of sentence is declarative sentence. A declarative sentence makes a statement. Most of the sentences we make in our day-to-day life are part of declarative sentences. It is punctuated by a period or otherwise called as a full stop. So we end a declarative sentence with a full stop. Let's look at an example. The dog in the neighbor's yard is barking. So now this sentence, as we already said, it ends with a full stop, and this is a statement. We move to the second type of sentence, that is imperative sentence. An imperative sentence is a command or polite request. In our day-to-day life, sometimes we find teachers, parents and the elders giving commands to us, and our friends or we ourselves make requests of others. All these requests and commands fall in the category of imperative sentences. It ends in a period or exclamation mark. We can use either of them, but usually what we use is period or full stop. Let's look at examples. The first one, close the door. You see, this is a command. Now, one important thing I want you to keep in mind is an imperative sentence does not begin with a noun. Look at the first word in the sentence. Close the door. Close is a verb. So when you give a command, always be sure that the first word is a verb. And that's what separates imperative sentence or commands from other types of sentences. Here you have another example, which is a request. Please be quiet. And when you change this into a request, only a word is added, please. That is not a noun. You see here the next word is a verb, be quiet. Okay, so now one important point about imperative sentences is that they usually begin with a verb. They don't begin with a noun. We move to the third one. The third type of sentence is exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence expresses great emotion or excitement. Usually, exclamatory sentences are those sentences which express our emotions, our feelings. Sometimes when we are angry, when we are excited, when we are sad, all these times we say many things to express our emotion. So all the sentences we use to express these emotions are called exclamatory sentences. Okay, now be sure they end with an exclamation mark. We found that declarative sentence and imperative sentences end with full stop, but here exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamation mark. Let's look at the example. The house is on fire. When the house is burning and somebody sees it, you are excited and you are in panic and you express that emotion. You see, you end that sentence with an exclamation mark. That's the third type of sentence. And we move on to the last one, interrogative sentence. An interrogative sentence asks questions. All the questions we make from dawn to dusk, they are all interrogative sentences. Okay, and they end with a question mark. I hope all of you know that. And you have an example here. The duck is asking, is it raining? Alright, so you see, it ended with a question mark. I hope now you have a clarity regarding the different types of sentences. We found there are four types of sentences: declarative, imperative, exclamatory and interrogative. Now let's move on with an activity. Identify and label each sentence as declarative, interrogative, imperative or exclamatory. Are you ready? Let's go. It's a rainy day. Find out. There are many people in the hall. Have you been to Kerala? What a pretty scene it is. When did you join the class? How clever. I hope you have already found out the category. Let's check whether you are right. It's a rainy day is the declarative sentence. There are many people in the hall. That is a declarative sentence again. Have you been to Kerala? It's a question. It's an interrogative sentence. What a pretty scene it is. It ended with an exclamation mark. So you can be sure that's an exclamatory sentence. When did you join the class? It's a question, therefore it's an interrogative sentence. How clever. It ended with an exclamation mark. So it will be an exclamatory sentence. Now let's move on with another activity. Change the following sentences as required. She is very loving. As you see, this is the declarative sentence. Now you need to change this into an exclamatory sentence. How do we do that? How loving she is. Now let me give you a tip of how to change a sentence into exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentences can be easily formed with the use of interrogative pronouns. I hope you know what are interrogative pronouns. They are like what, when, which, where, how, all this. So you just add that word in front and make sentence. How loving she is. And at the end you put an exclamation mark. It becomes an exclamatory sentence. Let's look at the next one. Shut the door. As you see, this sentence begins with a verb. And I told you a sentence which begins with a verb is an imperative sentence. And you are asked to change this into a declarative sentence. Can you do that? I hope you have done it already. Anyway, let me show you the answer. He asked me to shut the door. Quite simple. What you need to keep in mind is, shut the door is a sentence said by someone. Close the door, sit down, stand up, all these are commands. And they are all sentences said to others by someone. So you add a person in front. He asked me. Or you can also add like she asked me, they asked me, whatever it is. So you add something like that and complete the sentence. It becomes a declarative sentence. Let's move on. Did he attend the class? This is a question, interrogative sentence. And you are asked to change this also into a declarative sentence. Did he attend the class? When you are given a question, when you are given an interrogative sentence and you are asked to change this into a declarative sentence, quite simple, you try to write an answer to this. It will become declarative sentence. Let's look at the answer. He attended the class. So it's very easy to change an interrogative sentence into declarative. Now there's one more. What a beautiful class. This is an exclamatory sentence. And you are asked to change this into declarative sentence. Now, how do we do that? You just state that in other words. It is a very beautiful class. You begin the sentence with a noun. So thus, it's very easy for you to convert one sentence into another type if you know the structure of how to form a sentence. With this, we end this lesson. I hope you have a clarity of these concepts, the kinds of sentences, how to identify them and how to convert them into different types. If you have any doubts, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, we end this lesson. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. We will meet again in the next class. Till then, take care. Goodbye.